Look, black this, black that.
So the funniest celebrity encounter I've ever had, one of them, because I have many, but one of them that I remember vaguely is with Forest Whitaker. I was coming from LA, coming back to Chicago to film Empire. We were still filming. And I remember getting on the plane, and I was so mad because my publicist booked me an economy flight. And I was like, economy? Economy? So my publicist put me in economy, and I was like, economy? But I was sitting right behind first class, and I'm assuming because they didn't have any more first class seats. But the guy who was sitting next to me, he kept nudging me. He was like, hey, is that Forest Whitaker? Who's literally sitting right in front of us? And I was like, I don't know, ask him. Like, don't keep fucking with me, I don't know. And then he says, well, I think it's him. I said, I don't know. Get my bags, go to the carousel to get the rest of my bags that I checked in, and it was Forrest, and I remember walking up to him. I said, hey, Forrest, you don't know me, but I know you. We're gonna work tomorrow because I saw you on a call sheet. I'm Tyranda. And he looked at me. He's like, okay, oh, nice to meet you. What do you do? I said, oh, you can't tell? You can't tell who I am? I said, I play Portia. I play Cookie's assistant on the show. He said, oh, yeah. Oh, you look different. I said, I know. I'm cuter in person, I know. And then we started laughing, and we chit-chat. He said, you want me to get your bags for you? I said, no, you're Forrest Whitaker. You ain't got to get my bags. Get my own bags. And then I step outside, and then next thing you know, I hear... I was waiting on my car. The car never showed up, and he said, I can wait around for you if you want me to. My car is right here, so if you need a ride. And I was like, no, I don't really ride in the car with strangers. I don't do that. And he's like, well, no, I mean, I could have them drop me off to my hotel, and then you go your way if you're comfortable. And I said, no, dog, I'm good. And then he left. Turns out, when I tell you my publicist, he just messed up that whole day. My car never came, so I had to catch a cab. He booked the car for the wrong day, and then the next morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, I saw Forrest, and he was like, hey, did your car ever come? And I was like, hell no, it never came. And he said, well, I told you to get in the car with me, but it was just so cute to see how this megastar, somebody everybody look up to, Forrest Whitaker, and he was so shy. He was so coy. He was such a gentleman. But that was one of my funniest encounters. So here's one of my craziest Hollywood party stories. It was an Empire premiere party on some fancy rooftop. The pool, it had words and flowers floating, and like you can push a thing and then you get your drinks out the pool. It was beautiful. And I remember... Ooh, my fashion sense was so terrible back then. I remember I had on this long, you know what a boa is? That you throw around your neck with the feathers and stuff. So I thought it was a great idea. I bought this dress off Etsy. Don't, right? I bought a dress off Etsy. I couldn't fit it. So I finessed it because I design, I sew and stuff like that. So I finessed the dress to where I could fit it, but I had all these boas hanging off the back of it as a trail. I thought I was fly, but if you look at the pictures now, trash, terrible. Had a little boa piece right here, and like 17 boas hanging off the back of the dress. And it was my first time walking in heels ever in life, and I tripped off the boa because all the feathers, and you knew I was there because my feathers left a trail everywhere I was at. And when I tripped and fell, this is the pool. Just imagine my knees being in the pool. My hands landed right at the edge of the pool. An inch closer, I would have been in the pool. Trip. It was the worst experience ever. And everybody come running trying to help me up. And I'm like, y'all don't make a scene. There's too many of y'all crowding around me trying to help me up. I got it. Looked up, bust my knee wide open. It's just a mess. And it was my first premiere. Looking silly. It was the worst party ever. And then we did cocaine. No, I'm just kidding. My craziest Hollywood encounter would be when I first started on Empire. I went to it's a boutique store called Akira. This is when Akira first came out. I was there in the mall. Me and my brother, my older brother, my family, they hate me so much. They hate me so much because when we go out, it's quiet now. But back then, it was so chaotic. My life was so chaotic. But I was with my older brother. We were in the mall shopping. And I was in the dressing room, and I hear a lot of commotion going on. It's like somebody fighting, but it sounded like thousands of people. So I stick my head out. I said, bro, you good? Yeah, man. I said, what's wrong? Your fucking fans, man. Your fucking fans, man. I said, what's wrong? He says, the lady right here want to take a picture, and then she going around telling everybody you in here. And then when I come out, the lady who was running the store at the time lined all the people up to get pictures. She said, I lined them up if you're okay with it. And I'm like, lady, I just came here to get these little cargo pants and these cute little heels. That's it. But I ended up taking a picture, spent about an hour taking pictures with people, and then I left. Being on Empire was a tremendous impact for me. It was a huge, surreal, life-changing experience for me as well. Without Empire, I probably wouldn't have the platform that I have. And I'm not just talking about acting, rapping. I'm talking about my philanthropy work. I was able to build a career off of that and do things for my community. Also, just opening doors that I never imagined and breaking generational curses. The first person to own and buy stuff from my family. Got my first house built from the ground up. I got my driver's license because I promise you I'll probably still be on the bus. I think when we're comfortable, we just like to stay stagnant because it's comfortable. But I knew at some point my comfortability was, I was outgrowing the box that I was placed inside of. So Empire has did something for me that is now inspiring others to go ahead and follow their dreams as well. So manifestation is a huge mantra of mine. Been doing it since I was a kid, and it wasn't until my little sister pointed it out. When I first got on the plane to go to LA for the very first time, the first place I stopped at was Popeyes. I stopped at Popeyes, but I remember talking to my sister on the phone, and she started crying. She was like, how is it? It was the wintertime. It was like January, so it was the wintertime here in Chicago, but it was so beautiful. I'd never experienced anything like that before, and I was like, wait, it could be two different climates in the same world? This is crazy. And I remember telling my sister my experience, and she just started crying on the phone, and she said, you remember when you used to sit us down? Because I've always been a big storyteller. I love telling stories. And she said, you remember when you used to sit us all down? But that was really me trying to shut my siblings the fuck up because they talk so much and they got on my nerves. But I used to tell stories and say, listen, you had your own house, you had this, you did. And she started telling me one of the stories that I used to tell. She said, remember you said you was going to be this big star, you was going to do this, you do. She said, look at you, you doing it. And I didn't realize that until she brought it to my attention. And I think that's when I really started researching what manifestation really was. And that was in 2015. 2015, I really started just going by the mantra of manifestation, doing different rituals, not like witchcraft or anything like that, but just staying true to my body, staying true to my words, staying true to who I am, and just vindicating and validating myself, and also honoring my words because they matter. And if I want to be honest, the cheat code is really in the Bible. Because God said, let there be light. And guess what it was? It was light. Let there be this. As he was speaking, these things came into fruition. So the cheat code is in the Bible. So if you speak it, and if you believe it enough, just know that it's bound to happen. What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Tyranda J. And you are tuning in to 247hh.com.